Welcome. My name is Brad Cattell, for those of you who haven't met me before or seen me. And I have a number of different monikers in my background. Tiny Texas Houses, one of my most famous, was a business I created to go ahead and show how we could create housing out of pure salvage. 95% salvage materials to create a house that will last you for a lifetime, be energy efficient, not require cutting down a single tree, making a single piece of glass. In fact, you don't even have to make a piece of hardware for the windows, hinges, or anything. That's the idea. Now, I'm getting ready to have some incredible sales as I'm going to be liquidating the bulk of my inventories. That's about 100,000 square foot of windows, doors, flooring, trim, literally everything you need to build houses with. It is the equivalent of about 300 houses worth of materials for Sears catalog cottages and Montgomery Ward's houses and Aladdin kit homes that were sold back in the early 1900s to about the 1940s. Yeah. I've also got all those materials you might need to go ahead and rehab an old house, including some new old stock. Window sashes that were made in 1895 out of cypress, hand-blown glass. Yeah, we've got them in stock. That was out of the J.F. Smith & Brothers collection, which was the catalog company that shipped all over Texas from 1863 to 1963. And when they shut down, there was a dentist working across the street, and he chose to save all of the inventory. And he did, for 40 years. And about 20 years ago, I came along, and he was 84 years old in an old folks' home with his wife. And the kids wanted to get rid of all the junk that he had stashed away. And they called me. And I became the steward. Now, I'm 70 years old. And I don't plan to wait until I'm 84 years old to go ahead and have somebody come along and take it all away. I want it to be taken away before then. I want you all building houses. I want you all making master suites. Yeah. I want you to build a home for your mother to live outside behind your home, or for a daughter or a child that has to come back. Create a master suite for them. Did you know more people are living back at home now than ever since the Depression in the 1930s? More children have moved back home. More parents have moved in with their children. Why is that? You think that's because they're all getting closer, tighter, naturally? Or do you think maybe there's some economic factors? Rather than be homeless, some people choose to move back home where the family is, where the heart is. But that gets crowded. So, what this is a way to go ahead and make tiny houses, master suites. Yeah. Park them outside in the yard, near the main house. That way somebody can go out there and sleep, have their privacy, spend a weekend alone. You know, like having their own little tiny house. Except it's connected nearby to the big house where the kitchen is, and the shower, the bathroom. In fact, you don't have to have all those things in your master suite. You have to have a bed, and a place to sleep, a little place to read, to write. Maybe a little kitchenette. Maybe a small nighttime potty. Canopy bed, where you got the canopy next to the bed. Yeah. This is all possible. This is what we used to do once upon a time, many years ago. It's called homesteading, having a family, growing up together, multi-generational housing. It was very common at one time. And it's going to be common again. Why? Because the economy. Yeah, the economy. So for those of you who aren't aware, we're probably going to see some more increases in prices. Inflation is not gone. If you want to get a home, if you want to really do something incredibly smart, buy a piece of property and put tiny houses around a smaller main house. Why? Loopholes. Loopholes. Tiny houses under 400 square feet that are portable in Texas don't add taxes to your land. Tiny houses that are less than 400 feet and portable, no bed and breakfast tax. They depreciate in 10 years. You can give them to your children with no tax ramifications. Try it. Bye.